All right, we are in stunning, beautiful East Haven, where they are now cleaning up the remaining ashes of the man that they burnt this morning. You guys have found the tracks that led to the actual waters of Loch Dinishir. Is that the name of this place? Yeah, I'm the
Yep.
best.
You nailed it.
And you guys agreed that you needed to rest before and you were going to go shopping, but then a little fairy on your shoulder said, no, don't go shopping, wait a bit. But I believe you guys still wanted to have a rest.
Oh, I mean, who doesn't need a nap all the time?
I must say that I'm quite well rested after the Arctic Phage has released me.
The
Yeah.
what?
I could go for quite some time.
Oh man, Justin, how mechanically does it work if you use a phage player as a shield?
They are not there, so you cannot.
Yeah.
Post phage Blaire, when he's
Yeah.
still there, it's just, you just gotta grapple him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose we'll just we were gonna go and have a drink and then find a place to sleep. I think, right?
Sounds
Yeah.
pretty good.
Are we sleeping midday like psychos again?
Day and night doesn't really exist here. Some part of the
Or
day
is
the
the
moon shines
aurora
bright.
out?
Other times it is just dark in the sky. So people just kind of
Fair
move
enough.
around as best they can because their sleep schedule is all screwed up because they don't have day to wake them up or night to put them to sleep.
Fair
Man,
enough.
they just should use clocks.
All right. So, where the hell is town hall?
I'll just stop
Right there.
somebody in
I
the
gotta zoom
street
out.
near where we are and be like,
Sure.
excuse me, could you direct us to where the local inn and tavern would be?
The man ignores you. He just kind of pulls his own coat up, not one to want to talk to outsiders, and just continues on his way.
I'll walk up to Fagin and say, I actually know a place, so I'll take us there right now. Follow me.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And I'll lead them
alright.
to the White Lady Inn.
The White Lady Inn. All right. As you get to the inn, this musty old tavern, as you know, Lonzel, is named after the White Lady, a ghost that is rumored to walk on Loch Dinishir, haunting the spot where her rich husband drowned. You also know that inside of the White Lady Inn, there is usually a very annoying bard who won't stop talking about this and will attempt to get coin out of all visitors who come to hear the songs of the White Lady or the stories of the White Lady, and uses it as a selling point for outsiders.
Right. I'll just lead them in. I won't say anything about that.
Of course you won't.
Classic.
As you guys get in, the inn is quite quiet with a small table for some guests to eat at that leads into a roaring fire where a halfling stands next to the fire with a lute, and as you enter, his eyes perk up.
Hello.
Have you been here before? You all look cold. Come in. Come sit near the... Oh, hello, Lonzel. Welcome back.
Oh,
I just walk to the main desk and I start purchasing rooms, ignoring him completely.
I will follow Lonzel.
There's a sullen elderly proprietor who you know as Bartaban, Lonzel, who just kind of perks up slightly. It's their eyes grayed over, and just says, "How many rooms do you need?"
I look back at them. Are we going to get cozy? I think we
How
only need
many?
one room.
Is there room for 4?
Each room has 2 beds, and we allow 2 people in each room.
That sounds like it will be 2 rooms for us then.
The man's hand shakes as he goes to reach for some keys. Requiring expenses. Let me see what you guys have.
Nocta, you want to take care of this?
Yeah, I can.
So
I can
that'll
do
be
that.
2 gold pieces.
I hand him 2 gold pieces.
The halfling stands up on a chair and says, "So, outsiders, have you heard the tale of the White Lady?
I have not.
I-
Pray tell.
Come sit next to the fire." And he starts tuning his lute.
I would love.
Nocta kind of just goes, a real bard.
Real annoying.
He doesn't say that out loud. Just in his head, he's like,
His eyes, yeah. I
Are you sure Lonzel can't hear your thoughts though?
You don't know.
immediately excuse myself from the rest of the group, just saying, the faster we get to sleep, the faster we can rescue our friends.
I'm bunking with her or him tonight. Walk upstairs.
Nocta, are we roped in by this little halfling?
Yeah.
Can't hear
Are
you,
you
Nathan.
muted, Nathan?
sorry, yeah, my pancakes. Nocta is so in.
All right. Yeah, we're roped in.
Let me tell you of the White Lady, the ghost that walks along the water of Loch Dinashir. They
Nocta pulls out
say
his
the
journal.
White Lady's husband was a miser who kept his treasure in a heavy locked chest that never left the man's side. He strums quickly. Perhaps it was this heavy chest that capsized his boat and sent the man to his sunken grave. Or perhaps it was the fright of seeing his dead wife that caused him to capsize the boat and drown. The White Lady is a ghost of vengeance and unrequited anger. And if you're interested, he leans in. We are doing a seance to speak with her tonight. There are stories that this buried treasure of her husband is at the bottom of Loch Dinashir, and we are going to do everything we can to find the location. And anyone who helps gets a massive cut of the treasure.
Okay, Nathan would just like to say, remember how Justin said we should hold off on buying things?
Oh yes, because we're gonna get a massive cut of treasure. You keep saying we. Who are these others?
Oh, just some other like-minded believers of the White Lady. Friends of mine, guests of the inn, others, a blacksmith, Hubert we call him because that is his name. And you two both look quite good and strong. We could use your help dragging the chest out of the ocean when we find it.
I'm gonna look at Nocta, see how he's feeling about this, and also I'd like to roll an insight check to see if I'm being like absolutely
Dwindled?
conned. Oh fuck!
This treasure is more real than anything you've heard before.
Why did I?
This
Why
bard is
did I roll?
completely serious, and the cut that he offers is likely massive and completely fair.
Nocta, don't you think we should at least entertain?
I'm not big on seances, man. I don't.
Why? I thought you. I'm gonna like kind of open my bag and like point at his journal and be like, I thought you knew a lot about this stuff.
I do. Which is why I don't like seances.
Massive treasure. So heavy it sank a boat.
feel like that might be,
Capsized a boat. You're right. I'm
like,
sorry. You're a bard. Is this guy on the level?
Thank you for giving me a reason to do this. Sorry, just give me a second.
It's just a perception check.
Yeah, no, I was checking on it's perception, not insight.
Insight. If you're trying
Yeah,
to figure
okay,
it out.
good.
Dang.
This bard is completely on the level. He believes the seance will do good to help find the treasure, and the cut that he is offering is fair and likely really nice.
Okay.
I mean, he believes it.
I don't want to miss out on this treasure, but we also have a duty to our friends. So here's what we're. Mr. Lonzel's friend. I didn't get your name.
You can call me Ronaldo.
Mr. Ronaldo.
Yes.
We are. We don't want to be rude, but we are pressed for time in a matter with our friends right now. So, perhaps I could offer you 2 gold pieces to hold off this seance until tomorrow evening.
I'm sorry, everything is set in motion. Hubert is closing down his store.
Can you give us 5 minutes?
Well, it doesn't start for another 4 hours.
Okay. Put us down as a maybe.
I'm
We're a
sorry, I need a
solid
yes or
maybe.
no. I have 2 seats left, maybe 4 if those other friends. Oh, 3. I don't want Lonzel to come. He's kind of a jerk. But the other one can definitely come.
That's kind of why I said a maybe. I need to ask we're together, so we need to ask. And Lonzel,
But
I'm gonna punch you.
If they don't know and they don't need part of the cut, that's more money for you two.
Yes,
Yeah.
but Lonzel is in
A
fact
friend. Yeah.
He doesn't need to know. Him and that fair-skinned nightmare that he walked with, they both are in a room together. They don't know if you're going to bed or not. This right now is a secret opportunity just between us.
As he says that, like when he was like, Lonzel's kind of a jerk, that's a little off-putting. I know it's true, but to have him just be like, no, they don't need to know. I'm not an idiot. As much as I believe he believes it, I don't think he's necessarily fair. And also, he's like, you only have 4 hours, and I'm just kind of gonna like, my spear wounds, and be like, I can't go. I can't. I need to sleep first, at the very least.
It's your loss. The treasures and secrets of the White Lady will stay with me then.
Nocta, I'm sorry. I just, I can't justify this. I'm in no condition to go on what do you call spelunking in the water?
Diving?
Diving. I'm in no condition to go diving.
Oh no, a different ghost is speaking right now.
Oh boy. Ronaldo, thank you for your kindness, but we will have to decline.
Your loss.
Perhaps when you find the treasure, you could regale us with the tale of the journey.
I won't give it out for free, a tale that wondrous.
And no one would expect you to give away your
He
trade.
turns away. He walked away from you guys.
Okay.
All right, let's go to bed, I guess.
Man, this party hates plot points. They hate everything.
I wanted to go!
Yeah.
All right, it's the morning. You guys sleep. Fill your thing. You're good. What do you guys want to do?
First off, I'm gonna check the basement for halfling covered in like rings.
You're
and
not
gold
allowed to go into the
chains.
basement.
Not the downstairs.
They did not do it
You
in the
know
living
it.
room. You do not know where they did it.
Okay.
Well, should we be setting off? I imagine the trail will be cold, but I am a very good tracker. There's a good chance I could still find it.
Lead
as
the
well.
way.
All right, at that I'll leave.
All right, why don't you give me a survival check to see because you are a ranger, you do have kind of that natural sense of direction, and you can't really get lost. So you can vaguely remember, and a pretty simple check will be able for you to find the path. That's a wonderful roll. For reference, with people who can't see, because it's underneath me, it was a 19. You're
Wow, it's
easily able, Fagin, to get back onto the exact path that you were on before. They have blown over, but you know it was this many paces from the ferry this way, yada, yada, yada. And there still is the faint markings that only you can see. And for the majority of the trip, it looks like you guys are just wandering across blank snow of the sleds, the two sleds that were dragged. You can faintly see the tracks still of that in the snow. You reach the end of the loch where there is just the water and just the darkness around you with the soft lapping of the cold water against the ice floe that you're currently standing on.
For reference, the sleds look like they were pulled by the Dwergar, not like by an animal of some kind, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
It's a good try.
Well, it seems this is the end of the roads.
What's here?
Water. Frozen water. And that seems to be about it. I'm correct, right, Justin? There's nothing but water and ice.
Yeah, nothing but ice. They probably
Okay.
had boats that they took out.
Well, we can swim and we can go get some boats.
From where?
We're by a dock town.
We're by a dock that's entirely frozen in.
Yeah,
That
you
all of the
heard.
boats
carry
are
the
frozen
boats.
in.
You carry the boats out.
Yeah, that's yeah, the town guard captain told us that, or was that the other guy?
I don't know that either of them are going to be particularly helpful in our cause. I hate to admit it, but I might have been wrong earlier.
About the captain.
Being useful to our rescue mission, yes.
I'm going to take a quick look around and see if I can find any abandoned boats, something we might be able to commandeer.
Why don't you give me exactly that? After about 10 minutes of walking along the shore, you find a rowboat bobbing untethered in the water amid some small ice floes, not far from the 80-foot high cliffs that abut the shoreline. The mouths of... you can see actually also then in the water that there is a cave system that is out there, as well as you can see that there is a faint light at the cave system, as if someone has lit a fire.
All right, I'm gonna come back to the party with the boat like dragging along the shoreline because I'm like a little ways off. I'm gonna come back in, and as they like come into view, I'm just gonna like topple to my knees and pass out in the ground and start like tremoring and shaking, and then coming back to my knees and like just putting on this macabre display.
I'll walk over.
I'm just gonna look at Ennui and be like, he's bullshitting, right?
What
Well,
do I need to do, Justin?
Performance check or a deception check.
Okay.
So you can do insights to try to see through that.
No, I just believe him.
Nocta does see through it. So does Louis. Wow, they both rolled 20s here.
Straight up.
Nocta says he's bullshitting, right? I'm gonna look at Nocta and be like, I think he believes it.
I'm gonna rush up and be like, are you okay? What happens?
A ghost is connecting through from the other side. I see a cave system and a firelight across the lake. That was weird.
Then
Are-
from
Are you okay?
Now do the white lady with riches.
That's all you get from me. And I hop in the
You
All right.
are terribly strange.
I'm like
Well,
scratching
perhaps-
snow from behind my ear. Aren't we all?
Perhaps, yeah. Maybe we should follow the ghost's premonitions and go to the cave system.
that was so good. I love that so much.
All right, I am going to pause this video and bring the other group in. You guys can go away, please.
Ah.
Okay, we have this other group here who I assume the plan was to have you guys get some Z's in, or some long rests in, or some short rests to help bring back some of that HP. Is that...
I think some long
Yeah.
rest for them. I was gonna take just do a short rest, at least as much as I could, just to still look out for
Yeah, I think
anything.
at a certain point, you could, once they wake up from their long rest, they could keep watch and you could do a short rest in that time. That would be very doable with the time that's there.
Sounds good.
I managed to close my character sheet again, but yes, doing a long rest, is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
let's do that.
please.
Full HP, regain half your hit
yeah.
dice. I believe it's half your hit dice if you have any spent hit dice.
1 hit die from a long rest.
I thought it was half.
I think it's just 1. Doesn't matter.
You get equal to half your character's total number of them on a long rest.
Oh, I've been playing wrong in a different game.
Yeah.
Alright.
So you guys have all rested. Jennifer and Blaire for a long time. Banner for a short time.
Excellent.
Do you guys have a plan, or are you just kind of like stuck on this ice cat cave system without a boat? What is the group thinking?
Yeah. Where is my other?
I was about to
sheet
ask
here?
Banner, how did you get here? But right, your boat was taken. I remember.
My
I
boat
I
was
paying
taken,
attention.
or is missing. I don't know if it was taken. I assume it was taken, but it's missing.
Maybe you just didn't tie it very well.
Maybe.
How far out is this island?
A few hours by boat.
Is there any way we could make a raft to get back? Or do you think it would be too treacherous?
It possibly would be too treacherous. Would I know if there's any, like, because I've come hunting out into some of these islands, would I know if there's anybody else, like a fisher vessel that possibly might come by?
They tend to try to avoid this island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
We could, I would hope that maybe with the fire that somebody would have noticed some light. Most people tend to avoid this part of the island, or this island in particular, for obvious reasons.
There's it's cold. There's no way back that's like there's no route back that happens to be frozen. There's no
this
narrows
is in the middle
anywhere.
of the lock.
Cool. That's great. So we live here now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the only really proper shelter is not really a shelter unless we want to take on some wolves.
Well, there are the other entrances into the cave, but you know the stories, Banner.
Yeah.
As you can see, there are 3 entrances into the cave, as well as a frozen river that also goes into the cave farthest south, if you can see down there as well.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So what's the plan? Are we just going to stay here? Jennifer's going to freeze to death.
I think our best bet is to keep camping out on the ice for as long as we have maybe a
Yeah.
day or two's supplies. And then once we're past that point, I think we'll have to head inland no matter what.
I agree with this. I might be able to. I have a few rations to tide us over for a little bit. Maybe I will go on a hunting trip to see if I can find any game.
All right. On the bright side, there's probably 2 idiots out there looking for me. On the downside, there are 2 idiots. Yes.
I actually
Right.
think that they're going to be an asset.
I'm so glad you think so, because I'm screwed at this point.
Banner, we have friends back in East Haven who are probably looking for us. They wouldn't have known that we were taken away, but they'll be thinking about and looking for any possible direction. And sometimes they are extremely good trackers and very thoughtful. So I have hopes. How
That-
many days?
Sometimes.
Oh, Mike died for me.
Okay.
Rip.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
He's back.
Oh, there we go.
How many days do you think you could keep us alive out here on the ice without going into the caves?
Without going into the caves, I'd say we could, as long as the wolves don't come for us, at least a few days.
Jennifer, are you warm enough?
I'll have to be. I don't think we have a better option.
We'll
Yeah,
stay near the.
next to the fire, you're doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as we can keep the fire going, I'll be fine.
How much wood do we have, and is there any wood on this island? Not to add other things for Justin to murder us with.
There is no wood on this island.
Excellent, great.
So it's just the tin, well, the kits that I had.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like you guys, it's pretty well thought that like in D&D you can just burn a fire essentially indefinitely. So you guys probably have like 2 weeks worth of fire starter that you can use.
Excellent, we're great.
Yeah.
We're doing okay.
Well, if we find the boat, we can always set it on fire. Speaking of which, did you want to make some forays around the island? I'm not a hunter. Did you want to search the edges of it and see if we could find the boat, or would that be too dangerous?
I mean, I could go. You guys can stay warm. I feel
I'd be plenty warm if you're worried.
skilled enough to avoid the wolves if they were to be nearby. Hopefully.
I think it might be dangerous for us to split up, because whoever's left behind would be in a very real position of weakness. We have no weapons, we have no clothes, nothing to scare them away with. But if you do want to look for the boat, and you two are certain that you could do it safely, I can stay here with a burning log or something to protect myself and just see how well I do.
I'm not certain of anything.
Yeah, if you do want to scout the island, there's actually not much to scout, right? Like
No.
once you get up here, sorry, it's not working. It kind of just goes into ice, right? Like it just is a frozen ice flow into Loch Dinashir once you get through there. It kind of is just all frozen ice up until you get to the cavern itself.
Yeah, is there like a... I assume you're doing polygon stuff, Justin, but I'm not seeing anything different.
Yeah, it's
Should I?
There's
that's all
very
it is. It
little.
just revealed.
Excellent, excellent.
I was more thinking that I would stealth without them.
Mm-hmm.
It was stealth back to the cave and see if I could find anything.
Sure. Which cave would you like to enter?
Of my knowledges of them, which would be the better option?
Sorry?
Of my knowledges of the caves, which one would be the better option?
You wouldn't know because you've never actually
Okay.
been here.
Why did cameraman say Mike Eric?
Trying to get you guys to come back.
Oh, makes sense. Well, I'm going to assume the one that I found them in, that they were dropped off in, was probably the ones that the Dwaggers thought that the wolves would come back to sooner than later. So I would say I would try the most northern one, which is the farthest one away.
Why don't you give me a stealth check, please?
I wonder how the wolves survive out here.
Not well, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I'm going to say we might be a very good source of meal.
As you come in here... What the heck is Julie ringing me now? What is that?
Honey toast.
Oh, thank you for the honey toast.
I want you to have some.
Thanks, dear. As you get in, as you get to about right here, I'll get you guys' tokens in a second, Mike. But it splits off to your left and your right as you hit an actual fork in the road. You also hear the sound of what you're confident is a laughing coming from the inside of the cave as the wind blows out of it.
Human laughing?
It sounds human. Well, it sounds humanoid, rather.
That's a dangerous distinction.
Just
Come
because
back to us,
there's
Banner.
a lot of things than just human in D&D. So humanoid.
Yeah,
is
it's true. Humanoid is it's probably a better thing. Yeah, I'm gonna. Hearing that, I'm going to search. I'm gonna make my way back out, but again, searching this part of the cave to see if there was anything, even I don't know, some logs or whatever.
So where are you gonna go? Do you want to just ping it on the map for me?
I'm gonna go back out.
Sure. As you get out, you realize that unless you go further into the caves, there's not much here in terms of
that's what I figured.
survivability. However, as you get out, you see in the black and white dark vision that you have, you see the faint shape of a boat approaching the island with 4 figures in it.
Are they humanoid? Are they not dwaggers?
Well, dwaggers are humanoid.
That's true. But they're more short and stout. Are they short and stout?
There's one that's a little kind of, I would call stout.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna go back to.
It's dim light, so like you can't really make out
No.
detail.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna go back to them, to Joanna and Jennifer. Sorry, and Blaire, and be like, so there was something in the caves that I was not aware of. Something humanoid. But possibly good news. There is a ship on the horizon coming this way. Would there be 4 other people in your party that would be coming for you?
Yes.
There was 4 figures. There was 4 figures on the ship. Could not make out any other details than that.
I
Do
mean,
you
that
think
could be
we can-
almost any party.
But at this point, I'll take what we can, even if it's the Dwarger. At the very least, we have a chance at the ship. Do we want to burn the fire a bit brighter so that they can see us?
How far would you think they were out, Justin?
They're
would I
probably at
think
the
they were
edge
out?
of your dark vision, so about 120 feet out.
Oh, yeah, then I would say yes. We might want to maybe pump up the fire a little bit. They seem to be fairly close.
All right. We're going to end this episode here. Goodbye, YouTube.